Off to a good start. I declare open this graduation ceremony. Please can I ask you all to take your seats. Friends, colleagues, and most importantly, graduating students, welcome to this Ulster University graduation ceremony. Let's raise the roof for our class of 2024. Class of 2024, let's raise the roof for everybody upstairs. A round of applause for the Ulster University academic staff. And on the stage this evening, please welcome Dr. James Martin, MBE. Let's see you, James. Good to see you. Woo. And soon to be Dr. Keelty, but now just plain Dr. Keelty. Please say hello to him. Wherever he is. Oh God, there he is there. I thought he was up here. I thought he'd gone there. Good evening. My name is Dr. Colin Davidson, and it is my honour to serve as Chancellor of Ulster University. True privilege to be here. The informality of the warm-up does not reflect the seriousness with which we as an institution place on your graduation day. This is simply the most important day of the university year. The day where we all come together to celebrate you and your achievements. This day marks the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, and growth. It is a day that will forever be etched in your memories as a moment of triumph and new beginnings. Although this isn't about me, it's a meaningful day for me, as I graduated from Ulster University 33 years ago, nearly to the day. And in preparing for today, I wondered what advice I would give to my 21-year-old self as he walked off the stage back in 1991. So if you bear with me, I would just like to speak to my 21-year-old self, and possibly there may be one or two things which hopefully might be useful to you as well. 1, you define the meaning of success for yourself. Success literally means to succeed in something which you set out to achieve. It could be computing, engineering, architecture, but it could also be being a mum or a dad, a carer, teacher. It's up to you to decide what success is to you and how you're going to go about that. Don't let the financial and power-driven definition of success sway or influence you. 2, success is dependent on your attitude to failure. We all fail. We learn through our failures and not our successes. Failure's not the end. Often it is the start. It is important to realize that, because really our attitude to failure, which will inevitably come, will dictate how far we go. Do we pick ourselves up or do we crumble? Great quote that I read is, if you quit now, you'll end up where you first began. But when you first began, you were desperate to be where you are now. Think about how true that is when you look back at your life. 3, use yourself as your benchmark, not the work or achievements of your heroes. Only you can be you. So often we set out to be as good as somebody who we admire, or we set them high up and say, if only I could reach the heights that they have reached. I would urge my younger self to look at what he did yesterday. Use that as the benchmark and improve on that. What if you're destined to achieve greater heights than the people who you admire? You're going to miss out on that if you set that as your benchmark. What if you're destined to go in a different direction completely? Use yourself as your benchmark. I love this quote as well. Always stick to what makes you weird, odd, strange, different. It's not been hard for me. That's your source of power. 4, nothing exciting happens when we are in our comfort zone. It's so comfortable not having to be worried about anything, but nothing exciting will happen in that zone. Don't be frightened being out of your comfort zone. It's an opportunity. It's where the exciting stuff goes on. As George Adair said, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Don't let fear dictate what you do. 5, and lastly, and possibly most importantly, be where you are, not where you think you should be. And where we are here tonight is celebrating with you, and that's where we want to be. Graduates, your time at Ulster University has equipped you with the knowledge, skills and perspectives needed to make your mark on the world. I hope it has also given you the friendships, the connections, the memories and the experiences that will support, encourage and inspire you in whatever you choose to do next. As you step into your futures, please carry all of this with you. Also, remember, you did not reach this place on your own. Family, friends, colleagues, university academic staff, they too join in your success, and it is an honour for us all to be here acknowledging your achievements today. In closing, let us reflect on the words of William Butler Yeats, who wisely said, "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire." I sincerely hope that your time at Ulster University has ignited a fire within you, a passion for learning, a curiosity for discovery, and a drive to make a difference. This fire will guide you as you step into the next chapter of your lives. So, class of 2024, believe in yourselves, because here at Ulster University, we believe in you. Thank you very much. So, in accordance with the wishes of the Senate, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer honorary degrees, and other academic distinctions of the University of Ulster on those named in the conferment list approved by the Senate. I now call upon Professor Gormley Heenan, University Provost, to present Patrick Keelty for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters.
Chancellor, graduating students, colleagues and friends. Ulster University awards honorary degrees and doctorates to individuals in recognition of the outstanding contribution that they're making in their chosen fields and to our society. We believe that those receiving honorary doctorates are inspirational role models for our students, for our staff, and for our partners. They are the sort of people that we can look up to, whose work, whose values, and whose passions can inspire us in our own personal and professional lives. In this context, I am truly delighted to present Patrick Keelty for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters. Patrick Keelty is a name that most, if not all of us here tonight, will know and will immediately associate with charisma, with wit, and with a lot of laughter. A proud down man from the beautiful Dundrum, Patrick embodies the spirit of hard work, dedication, creativity, and positive leadership that are so important for our graduating students today. From the outset, Patrick's life was marked by a resilience and a determination that would later define his career. Despite personal tragedies, including the loss of his father during the Troubles, Patrick turned his pain into purpose. He used his platform to promote peace and understanding, committed to building bridges and to fostering dialogue. This is a true testament to both his character and his integrity, and his uncanny ability to make serious discussions sound like the setup for a punchline. As a comedian, Patrick's sharp intellect and keen sense of humour have set him apart. His ability to weave humour with poignant social commentary has not only entertained audiences, but also prompted them to reflect on the complexities of life. Shows like Patrick Keelty Almost Live became a staple in many homes and became a fantastic platform not only for Patrick, but also for Northern Ireland in the late 90s and early 2000s. But Patrick's talents extended far beyond the stage. He is a man of incredible versatility. He's also an acclaimed actor with credits including the one-man play A Night in November and most recently the film Ballywalter, his performance in which one critic described as a revelation. Now, many of us know Patrick best as a TV presenter and host, and in these roles he's brought warmth and authenticity to every project he has undertaken. Whether hosting The One Show or his thought-provoking and award-winning documentary, My Dad, The Peace Deal and Me, Patrick's ability to connect with people from all walks of life is unparalleled. And now, as the host of the iconic Late Late Show, Patrick continues to charm his audiences, combining his unique brand of humour with insightful interviews and a genuine connection to all of his guests. Patrick's journey from a small town in Northern Ireland to the international stage is inspiring. It reminds all of us here of the power of resilience, the importance of empathy, and the impact that one individual can make. His journey shows that no matter where we come from or the challenges that we face, we all have the potential to achieve our dreams and to make a difference in the world. And sure, if we can make people laugh along the way, even better. I know that Patrick would say that he has not been alone on his journey, and he would pay tribute to the support of his family and in particular his mum, Mary. And I know he'll be going straight there to show her his honorary doctorate afterwards. Graduating students, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, take a page from Patrick Keelty's book. Embrace the challenges that you face with courage. Use your talents to bring joy and understanding to others. And never forget the power of kindness and of compassion. Like Patrick, each of you have the ability to shape the world around you and to leave a lasting legacy. And remember, if all else fails, crack a good joke. It works wonders. Patrick, on behalf of Ulster University, thank you for your contribution to the arts, your commitment to social justice, and your unwavering dedication to the making of this part of the world. Chancellor, in the name of Ulster University Senate, I present Patrick Keelty for the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
Patrick Keelty, in the name of the Senate, I present to you the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. I now call upon Professor Turner, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and the Built Environment, to present candidates. Professor.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Master of Architecture in Architecture, Tiernan Allen. Joan Coyan. Laura Green. Lauren Charlotte McCormick. Caelan McMullen. Christopher Luke Otley. Saskia Smith. Jordan Taggart. Emer Donnelly. Rhys John Morgan. Orla Catherine Rice. The degree of Master of Science in Civil and Infrastructure Engineering, MD Sazal Hossain. The degree of Master of Science in Construction Management, David Black. James Wilson McConnell. Joel Chubikwe Edagwe. MacDonald Johannes Danganyama. Priscilla Omariaga Ehi Abai. Stephen Oziegbe. Adadamola Olarantoba Adadeo. Mutalib Kehendi Adashina. Sagar Jagdishbai Dolwani. Mufadhil Abamola Egba. Elafas Takura Mahanj. Ryan Nelson. Chinedu Anthony Nwankwo. Odeon Peter Odije. Sagar Sijimon. Tohib Tunde Suleiman. Taha Tariq. Lokesh Kumar Vijay Kumar. The degree of Master of Science in Data Science, Stuart Black. Louise Elizabeth Buckley. Carolyn Korskaden. Ankit Geol. Jennifer Hanrati. Peter Hassard. Kieran James Mulholland. The degree of Master of Science in Energy Storage, Egla Park. Jenix Johnson. Rakesh Kumar Kilikanthu Muralidharan. Devika Muralidharan. Timer Zulfikar. Tohib Olorwanwaju Adajare. Krishnaganth Anbacharian. Yogwisharan Jayaraman. The degree of Master of Science in Fire Safety Engineering, Anthony Fox. Fiona McAleese. Kieran Paul McFadden. Michael Paul Mitchell. Ian Mark Shield. Georgia Jane Gordon. The degree of Master of Science in Global Strategy and Environmental Health and Sustainability, Laura Jane Quinn. The degree of Master of Science in Planning and City Resilience, Nawal Gul Bahar. The Postgraduate Diploma in Construction Management, Finola McBriarty. The Postgraduate Certificate in Hydrogen Safety, Chloe Celine Brown. The degree of Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Gemma Elizabeth Black. Callum Johnston. Gráinne Kelly. Matthew McIver. Jornell John Carino. Orla Danielle Egan. Juliana Hart. Callum Armstrong Hill McConnell. Conley Mackerlane. Ashley Noel Murta. Charles Marshall. The degree of Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering, Stephen George Allen Clifford. Monica Ann McNally. Adam Donaghy. Philip Samuel Murray. The degree of Master of Science in Planning, Regeneration and Development and Diploma in Professional Practice, Craig Boyce. Ellen Crawford. Tiernan Francis Fitzlarkin. Robert Jamie MacDonald. Niamh Conroy. The degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Architecture, Szymon Barkowski. Philip Kruker. Niamh Sarah Faulkner. Sarah Forsyth. Sam Nigel Martin. Molly McMahon. Jake McManus. Caitlin O'Kane. Leah Francis Cudden. Ryan Fay. Patrick Leach. Eva McCool. Shanna McDermott. Conor McFeely. David Mucha. Niamh Sloan. Dara Toner. Joshua David James Tweedy. Rachel Annette Wallace. Katsheen Watkins. Emily Williamson. Marta Borowska. Benin Golding. Patrick Herseda. Maeve Monaghan. Christopher White. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Architectural Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Adam Carnduff. Owen Cotter. Jordan Thomas Drummond. Ryan Higgins. John Lyman Simpson. Matthew Blair. James McLarnon. Kyle Robin Patton. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Civil Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Jack Henry. Jude McCoy. Irla Donaghy. Thomas Lee. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Architectural Engineering, Gareth McCrudden. Jordan Mark Scott Brown. The degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Civil Engineering, Kieran John Black. Claire Rose Emerson. Graham Hayburn. Owen Mangan. Tommy Coulter. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Architectural Technology and Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Kyle Agius. Ewan McGuinness. Tyrone Ryan. James Keith Alexander Wan. Joel Edwards. Conor Kirkpatrick. John McCampbell. Aaron Vance. Connor Walsh. Eve Wright. Megan Louise Christie. Aaron Henry. Ronan Mallon. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Building Surveying and Diploma in Professional Practice, Ryan Collins. Niall John Gittins. Brian Wong Kwok Nguyen. Adam Aiken. Fiona Burns. Steve Matthew Donaghy. Christopher Gordon. Nedio Guterres. James McAstiger. Matthew McCartan. Sean McCune. Jack O'Brien. Braden O'Murhu. Luke Parker. Sean Michael Cadden. Peter Finnegan. Anna Mae O'Higgins. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Civil Engineering and Diploma in Professional Practice, Emma Graham. Bayveen McIntyre. Kaelan Mines. Dion Doris. Ethan Higgins. Matthew Polly. Jacob Upp. Kieran O'Boyle. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Construction Engineering and Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, David Boyle. Martin Crawley. James Ducalo. Jonathan Samuel Todd. Robert John James Boyd. Donal Conlon. Matthew Cunningham. Craig Nathaniel Francie. Albert Thomas Gawley. Charlotte Hassan. Patrick Hughes. Dara McCann. Cameron William Clive McKay. Owen Montgomery. Conal Doran. Ryan Gallagher. Ronan Lavery. Shay Madden. Katie McCann. Luke O'Neill. Adam Rafferty. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Energy and Diploma in Professional Practice, Max Harrington. Owen Curley. Ryan McKee. Alyssa Joey Morris. Flora Weir. Declan Ronan Wilson. Ronan Fleck. Callum Thompson. Oren O'Connor Crampsey. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Environmental Health and Diploma in Professional Practice, Luke Balmer. Stuart Bickerstaff. Katie Duggan. Orla Duffy. Eva Gartland. Cara Jane Haddon. Emer Alexandra Hardy. Carol Ann Headley. Gráinne Lochry. Peas Lorena Nicoletta. Amy Bunting. Alex Carroll. Sarah Curran. Quiva Davidson. Sean O'Donoghue. Chloe Donnelly. Niamh Hughes. Catherine Lynn Longstaff. Juliana Loughran. Caitlin McBrien. Clodagh McCann. Maura McElhone. Catherine McFall. Laura McKee. Joanne McKernan. Eve McLaughlin. Erin McMenamin. Maria Murnian. Kathleen Nicali. Isabella O'Hare. Rachel Rock. Quiva Shannon. Stephanie Stewart. Adele Woods. Molly Lowe. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Quantity Surveying and Commercial Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Joel Bell. Nicholas Brownlee. Liam Connolly. Paul Connolly. Maeve Emer Diamond. Ellis Hastings Gallagher. Jack Kelly. Rachel Kennedy. Ellen Loughran. Owen McGee. Orla McCracken. Shane McElhinney. Paul McFeely. Eamon Joseph McManus. Cormac Mussey. Brandon Jeffrey Newland. Harry James Watson. Lee Beggs. Sarah Bradley. David Clark. Caitlin Ann Convery. Megan Coyle. Ronan Dolan. Anya Fitzsimmons. Owen Hughes. Shailen Johnston. Cormac Keenan. Simon Gerard King. Jarlath Leonard. Diarmid Looney. Oliver McAtamney. Mitchell McAvoy. Aidan McCarran. Aoife McClafferty. Shane McElhinney. Joshua James McFarland. Joshua McHugh. Emer Kathleen McKinney. Patrick McQuillan. Christian Aidan Malloy. Conor Murphy. Sean O'Hare. Eve O'Neill. Cathal Rahal. Oisin Reynolds. Kyle Thomas Robinson. Jamie Goss. Corey Hurricane. Callum Lawless. Callum Murray. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Real Estate and Diploma in Professional Practice, Sean Pearce McGreevy. Gabija Bagukiti. Drew Barnes. Joel Charles Dundas. Paul Heading. Cara Mackle. Paul McGleenan. Lara McKinley. Alicia Aneta Niedzielowski. Robin Emma Quinn. Bethany Scott. Lucy Avril Thompson. Matthew Bennett. Rory Craven. Ryan McElroy. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Architectural Technology and Management, Jordan McKay. Thomas Jameson. Harry McGill. Jordan Scanlon Connor. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Building Surveying, Martin Joseph McAleer. David Anthony Story. James Rees Keenan. Adam McGowan. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Construction Engineering and Management, Dara Altimus. James Cornett. Jonathan Hamill. James Ian Heatrick. Ethan McShane. Gabriel Mickiewicz. Ryan Allen. Finn Beresford. Luke Forsyth. Darrell Fox. Sami Gawad. Peter Murphy. Jack Priestley. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Environmental Health, Anna Connolly. Niamh Donnelly. Ciara Louise Ellen Mahaffey. Emer Quinn. Ella Rose Benson. Louise Neeson. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Quantity Surveying and Commercial Management, Jonathan David Fullerton. James Martin Ryan. Fergal Bradley. Shane Robert Gray. William Hazelton. Dean Martin. Padraig Joseph Martin. Sean McCrickard. Glenn McFerrin. Fergal McGillian. Killian Gerard Cherry. The degree of Bachelor of Science of Honours in Real Estate, Rhys Stephen Crawford. Sam Haveron. James Lilly. Natalie McBride. Andrew Brian McMurray. Nuebisa Nugodzane. The Associate Bachelor's Degree in Quantity Surveying and Commercial Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Catherine Grew. The Associate Bachelor's Degree in Architecture, Jan Bams. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates in the Faculty of Computing Engineering in the Built Environment.
here, to be out the back, to be slightly nervous, to have Colin say, Paddy, this one's great, it's the evening, they're going to be bang up for it, and have the round of applause basically finish before I got to the podium. So that's great. I quite like the polite cricket round of applause that somebody tried to start there. That was good. But on the surface, that was polite. But deep down, I know you were all hoping for Taylor Swift. So she's in the country. Why is she not here? So thanks, and I feel as welcome as Joe Brawley at a Mickey Hart tribute night. So, and we find the Catholics. Chancellor, distinguished guests, undistinguished guests, class of 2024. We've just found the undistinguished guests. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to join you here today. But mostly, thank you for the excuse to get out of England for 24 hours after they are still in the Euros. You have no idea how it feels to be married to an English woman and to do the deal with the devil that your two sons would support Ireland in rugby and England in football. Yeah. All three of them, as I was leaving to get the taxi today at the garden gate, going, he's going home, he's going, Dada's going home. So, big day for them to get rid of me. And I know it's a huge day for so many of you. So congratulations. After 3 years of pain and stress and debt, you actually did it. And now you can finally sit back, relax. You've just watched your kids pick up their degrees. They're going to get jobs and they can start paying for you for a change. So it's a little dad joke there. Little dad joke. Never before has an honorary graduate lost the audience as quickly with that material. Today's also a very special day for me as a former Queen student. And suddenly graduation turns into panto. I never actually got to attend the University of Ulster, but I still feel a deep connection with each and every one of you graduates today. A connection, a kinship. We have an unspoken bond, I think, because in the exact same way that you guys did for your dissertations, I also used ChatGPT to write this speech today. Once we're out of here, they can't take any of this off us. We're gone. There are some that say that today is a celebration of what you guys have learned over the past few years, but the truth is, you're going to forget it all really soon, if not already. And in later life, when you look back at your time at university, we all know that there's going to be way more chance of you remembering what you actually drank on that sofa that was pulled in to Palestine Street on St. Patrick's Day than the dissertation that you had a hand in the week after. Good game faces, by the way, from the people that pretended they'd no idea what I was talking about there. And that's okay, because what we're taught in life and the lessons that we pick up along the way are thankfully two different things. I know this because we used to be very good at teaching the wrong things in this part of the world. And yet the lesson that we eventually learnt was that there was a better way to live. Growing up in County Down in Dundrum in the 1970s, we were taught from an early age the wrong things. And it was weird that we were even taught at all. You know, we didn't have a primary school in Dundrum. We had 2 primary schools. Nothing to see here, people. Population 500, 2 primary schools. Yeah. Separated at the age of 4. taught how to be Irish, taught how to be British, taught different religion, different culture, different history, usually about the same people. And then once we'd built up all of that mistrust, we were popped back into society again, 16, to see what would happen. What could possibly go wrong? Thankfully, when it came to science, though, we were all back then taught the same thing. The first lesson in Northern Ireland science back then was that Protestants' eyes slightly further apart, apparently. And that makes them more trustworthy. People from overseas in the room going, that is the most batshit crazy thing I have ever heard. People from Northern Ireland going, I think you'll find that's a scientific fact. But that's how it was. At every turn, we were told we were different from each other. It was hardwired into our DNA. We were different to the rest of Ireland. We were different to the rest of the UK. I found out myself that we were different that morning when I walked into my dad's office and they shot him dead. I knew it wasn't normal, but I also knew in 1980s Northern Ireland it wasn't special. Lots of people came to the house and they said, "My God, we're so sorry." But nobody said they couldn't believe it. Because that's how we were living and that's how we were dying. We were like frogs that were being slow boiled in two separate pots of nationalism. And by the time we realized that we needed to jump out of the pots, we didn't know how. What we needed was to escape. And we couldn't do it on our own. Which, by the way, is one of the greatest lessons that I have ever learned. It's not a sign of weakness to realize you can't do it on your own, and it's actually a superpower to be able to ask for somebody's help. One of the people who helped us escape from how we were living and how we were dying is someone who eventually became a friend, and that woman was called Mo Molam. She was one of the first people to realize that people here weren't batshit crazy. We were just living in batshit crazy times. And we needed help. The Good Friday Agreement was the key to unlock the escape hatch to let us back to a real life. By allowing us to be whatever we wanted to be, we could be for the first time British or Irish or neither or both. I mean, we were non-binary here before it was even a thing. And when I first met Mo, she came to open a Cross Community Play Centre in Dundrum. And when I've just told you that in a village with 500 people and 100 kids with two separate schools, that was a really big deal. And then she asked me to dinner at Hillsborough Castle, which, if you grew up Catholic in a little village in Dundrum, going to Hillsborough Castle, the seat of Her Majesty the Queen, it was far from that. I was reared. And so I wasn't sure what to wear, and I rang Mo. And I said, like, what do I wear, Mo? Is this formal? Is it informal? Is it casual? Or what is it? And I quote, she said, "Well, I don't care what you wear, Pat, but I'm wearing a pair of furry slippers and British Airways pyjamas, so wear whatever the fuck you want." And I genuinely thought she was joking, so I did that thing where, I put a shirt on but not a tie and a jacket, and I rolled up, and the car pulled up outside Hillsborough Castle, and there was Mo with a pair of furry slippers and British Airways pyjamas. And she didn't care. And the reason why she didn't care was because she'd got to that place that I only got to later in life. She knew that at the end of the day, other people don't really care either. We always wonder about what will people think. They might think about you for a little while. They might talk about you for a tiny bit. But life's busy. They'll soon get back to thinking about themselves. And it's something that I've carried with me to this day, and it is, do what makes you happy. If somebody actually cares about you, if you do what makes you happy, they'll be happy for you. And that was Mo. She had a reputation for being unconventional, for being fun, for being outrageous, for shocking. But she also wasn't just about shaking things up and changing the energy. She actually put people at ease. She listened. She had genuine empathy. She understood the universal truth that we're all different, but we're all a wee bit more similar than we actually think. When you've grown up in a polarized society where we looked at pretty much everything back then through this binary prism, that was a game changer. And Mo wasn't just about getting a deal. Mo was about getting who we were. Understanding that we'd lived through something traumatic and painful. She understood that knee-jerk politics doesn't come from hate. It comes from hurt. And a cycle of violence never starts with violence. It starts with pain. And that's why she went to the Maze prison and talked to the prisoners during the peace process. People thought she was crazy. It wasn't about explaining the deal. It was about listening. And it was about seeing the person. She once rang me and she told me that she wanted to come to one of my gigs and she was bringing Billy Hutchinson. I thought she was joking. You know, when your dad's been killed by a lawless paramilitary, the last thing you're expecting to see is a loyalist paramilitary sitting in the front row as the guest of the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. And yet, she realised that it was important for Billy to see me do my stuff. It was important for me to see Billy in the front row. But most important of all, it was important for everyone else at that gig to see Billy and me in the same room, having a good time together. You know, Mo got it. She realised that in a place full of mistrust, if you don't see the person, you'll never see the future. When the men who killed my dad were released from jail as part of the Good Friday Agreement, she rang me just to tell me it might be on the TV. It wasn't a call about making it easier. It wasn't a call to check if I was okay. It was just a heads up. She didn't need to explain, because we both knew that that needed to happen. It was the right thing to do. Because if you're building a future, it has to be for everybody. My family, their family. And today, I am so lucky to be standing here looking at that future. Many of us in this room know making peace isn't easy. You know, and sometimes it doesn't move at the pace that you want. It used to drive me nuts. You know, why can't they just get on? Why can't they just push things on a wee bit further? And then you realize that sometimes people find it hard because they're hurting. And sometimes I think here we need to take a wee bit of time to realize and to celebrate the progress that we've actually made. Northern Ireland is one of the few places in the world that has made peace. And it's held. And it's okay if we haven't sailed into the sunset arm in arm together singing Kumbaya. You know, there's a difference between happily and peacefully. You know, I'm peacefully married. Anybody else brave enough to admit? No, didn't think so. There you go. And what that means is that sometimes you have to do things in your everyday life that you're not happy with to keep the show on the road. People rightly hold up the architects of the Good Friday Agreement as peacemakers. But as many of you know, architects build buildings. They don't decide how you live in them. A deal or a signature or a handshake doesn't build a future. Only people can do that. Only people who every day make choices of acceptance and inclusion and tolerance can create those things. So all of you who are graduating today, you are those people. You're the generation that are showing my generation how to live and how to share this place properly. Because the most important thing about the Good Friday Agreement wasn't the agreement part. It was actually the space to allow people to disagree peacefully. My generation found that really hard. Plenty before them couldn't do it at all. But you have. And it's your generation that are teaching mine and the rest of the world that peace is actually possible. And when you look at what's going on in the world today, it goes to show how special that is. And for that, I just want to say one thing. Thank you. Because you're changing, and you are continuing to change everything about this place. Since Mo Mowlam came to my home village of Dundrum to open that playgroup, the village is exactly the same and completely different. We still have 4 miles of beach, we still have the mighty mountains of Mourne, we still have a 10th century De Courcy castle in the back garden, we have an orange hall at one end of the town, we have a Gaelic pitch named after my dad at the other end. But we now have an integrated secondary school up the road. We're shooting films and movies in Bryansford. It's crazy horse stuff. We're welcoming tourists and visitors from all over the world, from Britain and Europe and America. 2 of those Americans are my sons. Born in California, living in London, sadly supporting England at football, but thankfully Ireland in rugby. My boys are 6 and 8 years old. And I know that one day, very soon, I'm going to have to sit them down and tell them what happened to Granda Keelty in his office at the Quay, just beside where they now laugh and have their ice cream after their fish and chips and the Mourne seafood. And I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be easy telling them that he was the only person in our village to be killed during the Troubles. But I'm going to be really proud to tell them both that he was the last. And that's because you guys have taken the torch of peace and you've ran with it and you've taken it so much further up the road than my generation ever could. And while the question of where that road leads us really does matter, looking at how you're leading your life, how we look after ourselves and each other on that road matters so much more. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's something I'm going to cherish forever. Here's to the future. Thank you.
Patrick, thank you for that rare gift, the gift of seeing the future as being what it's all about and not the past. Thank you for that. I now call call upon Egla Park, a new graduate in the Faculty of Computing Engineering and the Built Environment, to propose a vote of thanks. Egla.
Chancellor, academic staff, class of 2024, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. I'm privileged to speak to you today on behalf of Ulster University students and express our gratitude to all who made this evening and all these years in Ulster memorable. Just like every assignment, I kind of finished what I want to say just a night before the deadline. Only difference this time, I did not use ChatGPT, I promise. Even though I'm standing here as Masters of Energy Storage graduate, my experience and memories might be slightly biased because my adulthood and academic journey started here in Ulster back in 2017. It was barely a couple months after my high school graduation, at the age of 18, when I moved 3,000 miles away from home to pursue my bachelor's degree. For this crazy and reckless decision, I have to thank my brother Giedrus, who's currently sitting in the audience. All the graduates here can agree, exam period is a stressful time, especially in the first year. Unknowingly, I picked a brilliant study partner to help me prepare for my first exam. Today, I can call him my husband. It's kind of a great script for the university-themed rom-com for sure. I'm not the only one who has significant life events associated with Ulster. During our studies, we grew as personalities, absorbed all the knowledge, and maybe skipped 1 or 2 morning classes. In the end, Ulster made an impact in our lives. All our assignments are now submitted and marked, so I'm hoping nobody will mark me down if I go slightly over the time limit, because there are too many people who need to be acknowledged here today for their contribution to our journey and impacting us the most. Firstly, my gratitude to all faculty members, deans, lecturers, lab technicians, and researchers, for they shared the knowledge with us and expertise, for every extension for the coursework, every tip for the exam, and those conversations outside the classroom. I say thank you to our subject librarians, admissions teams, fees office, registry, student well-being, employability team, and the whole Global Engagement Office for sometimes invisible work that you do to ensure that we have a great experience as Ulster students. A massive thank you to all baristas on campus for listening to our struggles while also supplying the right amount of caffeine to ensure that we are awake during the lectures. And of course, thank you to student union bartenders for providing a refuge after a long day. Thank you. Thank you to our loyal friends, loving family members, and those who were there to support us throughout the academic journey. My personal thanks are to my husband Daniel for his endless support and a shoulder to cry on, to my friends Carrie and Diamante for their creativity that keeps inspiring me, and all my love goes to Ulster's Go Global ladies, Abby, Tracy, Halid, Georgie, and Leanne. You are the greatest support network, and I'm blessed to be part of your team. And finally, let's not forget to thank each other. Between all today's graduates, you can find a friend, because some experience that we shared binds us for life. I'm sure we all cannot wait to leave all WhatsApp groups, never have to contribute to another group discussion on the Blackboard again. This is it. Another chapter of our life is over, and we start a new, unknown path that we are yet to explore. After the ceremony, don't rush to leave. Look around and share one more joke with your peers, because after today, the real life starts, and we might not have time to say thank you one last time to the person who always shared the notes with you or saved you the perfect seat near the electricity plug. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you for being part of this journey, and may your future be a never-ending adventure.
Egla, thank you very much indeed. Class of 2024, congratulations again. Thank you all very much indeed. I now declare this graduation ceremony closed and invite the new graduates to join the academic procession. Thank you.